It was 4:30 a.m. in Manchester, 2014. While the city still slept under the cold winter fog, Mariana was already awake. Her fingers, cracked from the cold, trembled as she prepared the cheapest coffee from the market. On the other side of the makeshift bed on the floor, Raphael still slept, exhausted from his double shift, washing dishes at two different restaurants. They had arrived in the United Kingdom just 3 months earlier, with 2 backpacks, 300 pounds in their pockets, and a dream that seemed impossible. Mariana was 28 years old. Raphael was 31, and both carried the weight of entire families on their backs, waiting for news of success they couldn't yet send. Mariana cleaned 4 houses a day. She woke up at 5 a.m., took 2 buses to cross the city, and spent hours on her knees scrubbing wooden floors in families' homes that never looked her in the eyes. Her hands bled, her back burned, but she never complained. Raphael worked from noon to 3 a.m., first at an Italian restaurant downtown, then at a pub in the suburbs. He washed dishes so fast his colleagues called him the machine. His hands swelled from hot water mixed with industrial detergent. He slept only 4 hours a night. On weekends, when other immigrants rested, they worked even harder. Mariana cleaned offices, Raphael took extra shifts. Every pound saved was 1 pound closer to the dream. But what was the dream? They didn't know exactly. They only knew they couldn't return to Brazil defeated. 6 months later, reality hit them like a punch. Mariana fainted while cleaning a house. Extreme exhaustion, the doctor said. Raphael received a warning at work for almost falling asleep during his shift. They were killing themselves, and still they could barely pay rent for the tiny room they shared with 2 other people. One night, sitting on the cold floor of that room, Mariana began to cry. It wasn't a cry of weakness. It was a cry of anger. Anger at working so hard and getting nowhere. Anger at being invisible. Anger at cleaning mansions that would never be hers. Raphael held her hand and said something that would change everything. "We're doing this wrong. We're selling our time. We need to buy other people's time." Mariana didn't understand at first, but that phrase kept echoing in her mind. Raphael had noticed something important. The owners of the restaurants where he worked were never there. They had systems. They had people working for them. They had multiplied their time. Mariana had also noticed something similar. The houses she cleaned weren't cleaned by their owners. They paid, they delegated, they bought time. What if they could do the same? That night, with 487 pounds saved from 6 months of brutal work, they made a decision everyone called crazy. They would start a cleaning business, not just Mariana cleaning houses, a real business, with employees, with a system, with scale. People laughed. Their own compatriots said it was impossible, but Mariana and Raphael had already crossed an ocean with 300 pounds. They were no longer afraid of impossibilities. The seed of change had been planted, and nothing would ever be the same again. With 487 pounds and lots of courage, they registered Sparkle Cleaning Services in January 2015. The name was Mariana's idea. "We'll make houses shine," she said. Raphael created flyers on the public library computer and printed them in black and white to save money. Mariana wrote the text in English with help from Google Translate and an old dictionary. They distributed 2,000 flyers in 1 week, walking through middle-class neighborhoods. 3 days later, no calls. 1 week later, no calls. 2 weeks later, one call. Just one. It was an elderly lady named Margaret. She needed someone to clean her house twice a week. The payment? £60 per cleaning. Mariana almost fainted with happiness. She cleaned that house as if it were a palace. Every corner, every detail, every surface gleamed. Margaret was so impressed she recommended them to 2 friends, who recommended them to 3 others, who recommended them to 5 others. In 2 months, Mariana had 12 regular clients. The problem? She couldn't handle them all alone. Her body was giving up. She needed help. Raphael still washed dishes at night, but now spent his days helping with the business. They made the scariest decision yet: hire their first employee. Ana, a 35-year-old Venezuelan, agreed to work with them for £8 per hour. Mariana trained her personally, taught every technique, every detail, every secret to leaving a house impeccable. The model was simple but brilliant. Mariana charged £60 per cleaning, paid Ana £40 for 5 hours of work, and kept £20 profit. But here was the magic. While Ana cleaned one house, Mariana could clean another, and Raphael could coordinate everything. This was the key. They weren't just working harder, they were working smarter. They were multiplying their time. In 3 months, they had 3 employees. In 6 months, 7. In 1 year, 15 employees and 63 houses being cleaned weekly. Raphael quit washing dishes. He now managed scheduling, routes, quality control, and payments. Mariana personally trained each new employee. She never forgot where she came from, never treated anyone like she had been treated. Every employee was trained to clean with excellence. Every client received the same level of care. The business was growing because the quality was consistent. 2017 was the year of transformation. Sparkle Cleaning Services had 42 employees and cleaned over 200 properties weekly. But with growth came enormous problems that almost destroyed everything they had built. Employees who didn't show up, clients who didn't pay, equipment that broke down constantly, competitors trying to steal their clients with lower prices. And then came the tax audit that almost broke them completely. Raphael spent sleepless nights organizing paperwork, contracts, and tax documents. Mariana discovered that 3 employees were stealing products from clients' homes. She had to fire them. She cried all night, but she maintained her standards. Trust was everything in this business. They almost gave up in July 2017. The bank account was overdrawn. They owed 2 months of rent. Bills were piling up. Raphael seriously considered going back to washing dishes. The stress was unbearable. But Mariana said something that saved everything. We didn't cross an ocean to give up now. We didn't survive 6 months of hell to quit when things get hard. We keep going. That same week, something incredible happened. They closed a contract with a real estate chain to clean apartments between tenants. 47 properties per month, guaranteed payment, long-term contract. It was exactly the breakthrough they desperately needed. The business stabilized. Cash flow improved. They could breathe again. December 2017. 3.5 years after arriving in the United Kingdom with £300, Mariana and Raphael signed the purchase contract for their first property, a small 2-bedroom apartment in Salford. It wasn't a mansion. It was only 65 square meters. But it was theirs. Their name on the deed, their keys, their home. When they received the keys, Mariana sat on the empty living room floor and cried for a full hour. These weren't tears of sadness. These were tears of victory. Tears of proof that the impossible was possible. Rafael called his mother in Brazil at 3 a.m. to share the news. She cried too. His father cried. His sisters cried. Everyone cried. They had done it. Not the complete dream, but the first real victory. The first piece of evidence that their sacrifice meant something, that their struggle had purpose. But they didn't stop. They couldn't stop. They had proven something crucial to themselves. The model worked. And if it worked on a small scale, it could work on a much larger scale. It was time to dream bigger, much bigger.
2018 began with a bold decision that would change everything. Rafael was studying business online every single dawn, learning from successful entrepreneurs, reading case studies, watching videos. He discovered something that shocked him. The commercial cleaning market was 10 times larger than residential cleaning. Offices, schools, medical clinics, gyms, shopping centers, commercial buildings, hotels, all of them needed professional cleaning. Long-term contracts, guaranteed monthly payments, predictable income. This was the opportunity they had been searching for. They pivoted the business strategy. They continued with residential cleaning, but now they focused aggressively on winning commercial contracts. Mariana created a professional presentation. Rafael learned how to negotiate with facilities managers and business owners. The first commercial contract was with a gym in Manchester, £2,400 per month for daily cleaning. The second was with an office building downtown, £4,800 per month. The third was with a medical clinic chain, £7,200 per month. Each contract was bigger than the last. Each success led to another opportunity. By December 2018, Sparkle Cleaning Services had 78 employees and was billing £64,000 monthly. The transformation was complete. Mariana no longer cleaned houses. Rafael no longer washed dishes. They had built a system that worked without them working 18-hour days. They had built a real business, a business that could run without them. With money coming in consistently, they did what very few immigrants do. They invested intelligently. Rafael studied the property market obsessively. He discovered that in smaller cities near Manchester, houses cost between £80,000 and £120,000. With monthly rent of £600 to £800 monthly, the return was approximately 8% annually. The numbers were compelling. This was how wealthy people built real wealth. In 2019, they bought their first rental property, a 3-bedroom house in Bolton for £95,000. They paid £19,000 down payment, which was 20%, and financed the rest with a mortgage. They rented it immediately for £725 monthly. The mathematics was simple but incredibly powerful. The mortgage payment was £380 monthly. The rent was £725 monthly. Net profit, £345 every single month. But here's the magic. In 25 years, the property would be completely paid off. Not by them. by the tenant. The tenant was buying the house for them. This was passive income. This was wealth building. This was financial freedom. In 12 months, they bought 3 more properties, then 5 more, then 9 more. Each property was carefully selected. Each property generated positive cash flow from day one. The cleaning business paid their living expenses and generated investment capital. The properties built long-term wealth and created passive income streams. 2 engines working together. Active income, funding, passive income. Brilliant. 2022. 8 years after arriving in the United Kingdom with nothing but hope and 300 pounds. Sparkle Cleaning Services now had 156 employees, contracts with 23 companies, and was billing £127,000 monthly. The business had become a machine. Mariana and Raphael had hired a professional CEO to manage daily operations. They focused only on strategy, growth, and new opportunities. They were business owners, not employees. The real estate portfolio had grown to 27 properties valued at £2.8 million, generating £16,400 monthly in net rental income. Money coming in whether they worked or not. They lived in a beautiful 4-bedroom house in Didsbury, one of Manchester's most exclusive neighborhoods. They had 2 cars. They traveled to Brazil 3 times a year, first class. They could afford anything they wanted. But material success wasn't what made them most proud. They employed dozens of immigrants, people just like them who had arrived with nothing but dreams and desperation. They paid above-market wages, offered professional training, helped with visa applications, gave real opportunities for advancement. Mariana created a scholarship program for employees to study English and business management. She wanted to give others the tools she never had. Raphael mentored young immigrant entrepreneurs for free every Saturday morning. He taught them everything he had learned. He shared his mistakes so they wouldn't repeat them. They never forgot. Never forgot the cracked hands from cleaning chemicals. Never forgot the burning backs from scrubbing floors. Never forgot the cold room with 4 people. Never forgot the 300 pounds that was everything they had. They never forgot what it felt like to be invisible, to be looked down upon, to be treated as less than human. And they made absolutely sure that nobody who worked for them would ever feel that way. Today, in 2024, Mariana is 38 years old. Raphael is 41. She no longer cleans houses, but she never forgets what it's like to be on her knees scrubbing someone else's floor. He no longer washes dishes, but he never forgets the hands swollen from hot water and harsh detergent. Together, they built a net worth of over £4 million. They employed 200 people. They impact hundreds of families every single day. But when people ask them what the secret was, the answer is always simple and always the same. It wasn't luck. It wasn't easy. It wasn't a shortcut or a hack. It was working as hard as everyone else works, but thinking differently. It was transforming salary into profit. It was transforming profit into assets. It was multiplying time instead of just selling it. It was building systems instead of just working jobs. Mariana still wakes up at 5:30 a.m. every morning, not because she has to, but because she never lost the discipline that built everything. Raphael still studies every single night, not because he doesn't know enough, but because he never stops learning and growing. They proved something incredibly important. The dream isn't just possible, it's replicable. It's a formula, it's a system. Anyone can do it if they're willing to sacrifice, learn, and persist. She cleaned houses, he washed dishes. Today, they own everything they ever dreamed of. And more importantly, they're helping others achieve their dreams too. They didn't just build wealth, they built a legacy. They opened a path that others can follow. And that, more than any amount of money, is their greatest achievement.